how to make lo-fi beats if you're broke. Now, I will say what I mean by broke is more like you don't want to spend extra money. For example, you're a person who's interested in music and you want to start learning how to produce it and make it, or you're just interested and want to try it out, but you don't want to spend extra money on getting into it. This video is for you. Today, this video is going to be about what I would do if I was someone in that situation, where I was the one interested and I want to get into making music, but I don't really know how to start, where to look, or what to even get, what programs to get, what plugins to get. So yeah, let's get into it. The very first thing before anything else is that you do need a computer. That is almost non-negotiable. You either need like a desktop or a laptop of some sort. Laptop doesn't have to be super fancy, right? It doesn't have to be a gaming computer, but you do need some sort of, hardware that can handle at least a program like FL Studio or Logic or whatever. For this video and for me, I'm going to be working with FL Studio because that's what I first used when I first started making music. Now already some of you guys may be like, but FL Studio costs money. So what I used to do was when I first started making music or getting my feet into it, I downloaded the FL Studio trial version on my laptop, on my MacBook Air. Like it wasn't exactly new, it wasn't old either, but brutally abused it when I was in college, and yeah, it wasn't the best of computers, but I got the studio, or I got the trial version, and it worked out okay. What you can do with the trial version is actually a lot. You can do a lot of things. You can pretty much just use it like a normal FL Studio. The one downside that I noticed was that you can't save projects, which means once you start a project, I couldn't really shut down my computer or put it even to sleep until that project was finished. A little bit unrealistic for you guys, maybe, some of you guys, but that's just how I did things. And doing it like that, I made one of my most popular songs, The Stars and I, on FL Studio trial in a single sitting period. Yeah, so when there's a means, there's a way. So step number one would be to get FL Studio trial version. It gives you a whole bunch of plugins, like I said, or like it says, it's a trial version, so you pretty much get to use whatever you want to use. It's just you can't save anything. Step number two is to go to Cymatics and get their Lo-Fi toolkit. I believe it's still free. Don't quote me on that, but it used to be free. I don't know, it probably still is free. A lot of Cymatics kits are free. So get the drum kit because I believe that's one of the harder ones because FLC, I think, is more focused towards EDM or electronic music. So getting drum sounds from the stock plugins in FL is going to be kind of hard. So I would recommend that you get a drum kit, whether it be from Cymatics or I don't know if this website still exists. It's like a Looperman also used to have drum samples that maybe you could download for free and then chop it up. So yeah, step number two is getting the drum kit. And then that's pretty much it. You're good to go because most of the instruments that you're going to be using is going to be from the FL Studio trial, specifically probably the Flex. Flex is a great tool for just, anything you need. It has the synths, it has the keys, it has guitars, and then outside of that, the drums you're gonna get from your drum kit. If you want to be fancy, you can also get Labs software. I think it's literally just called Labs. It's by Spitfire Audio. It's a free plugin that you just download, and then there's a bunch of packs that are also free. You can get like the cello, you can get synth pads, textural things, atmospheres, percussions. You can get all of those, and those are also still free. So yeah, that's also an option, but I would say that for starting out, you don't really need that. I would say just FL Studio and a solid lo-fi drum kit would be a good place to start. All right, so usually when you get FL Studio, it might look something like this, it might not. It depends on, I think I changed like the theme setting, that's why it looks like this, but normally it's probably like this. Yeah, so pretty much all I did was in here I made a beat using more or less all of the Flex sounds plus cymatics kit that I was telling you guys about. So we'll give it a quick listen. Flex is, if you guys don't know about Omnisphere, it's like this massive $500 plugin. I used to have it. I don't think my computer can handle it anymore. But Flex is pretty much like FL Studio's version. It has a bunch of plugins if you're not like a sound design guy. There's a bunch of packs that you can get for free. But yeah, what I want to show you is my favorite preset from Flex, which is Piano Life. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Like, that's just gonna be a solid base for most of your beats. It's very warm, and that is what I actually had for my starting point. So now, if you guys have watched my what did I call it? Lo-fi tutorial series or something like that, you'll know that there's a bunch of steps that you need in order to make a full lo-fi beat, right? So this is gonna be like our building base for all of the rest of our beats. So you got that, and then we're gonna get a counter melody, right? So this is gonna be the main melody, and then Purple Lullaby, that is also from Flex. It's right here. I just altered the settings a little bit. It's gonna sound like this. I forgot to mention my favorite free thing plugin, Valhalla Supermassive. I think it's also free. You guys may have seen from the other producers' videos like Vintage Reverb or Room Reverb or something like that. Supermassive is free. There's a bunch of plugins or a bunch of presets that you can use. It's like it sounds, Supermassive. So a lot of these presets are very massive and big, and they kind of just destroy your sound in a good way. I never use like 100%. I usually use like 40% or something. But you add that onto your presets, and you can turn them into pads, you can turn them into leads, whatever you guys want. So that's what I have here. And then your bass. There's like the stock plugin classic bass. Put a little EQ on it. And then guitar, also from Flex. Is pretty much everything from Flex. The rest of these are from the toolkit from Cymatics. So you got the drums, you got the kick, this hi-hat, the clap, another hi-hat. I think I'm using this hi-hat as like an accent to the snare. So you can see that I brought it down pretty low. And then this is a rain effect also from Cymatics. And then you add in everything back in. And that's pretty much it. That is how you guys start making beats or lo-fi beats for free on FL Studio. So to summarize, you get the FL Studio trial version, you get the, cymatics or something like a drum kit, you get the Valhalla Supermassive, and then pretty much just try experimenting. If you're new, I would say the biggest thing that I would recommend is listen to a bunch of artists. Find the artists that you like, listen to them. There's a saying like imitation is the greatest form of flattery, right? There's nothing wrong with imitation. I think it's a great place to start so that you can eventually develop your own style. Yeah, like when I was starting out, I think I was working like not a graveyard shift, but like a night shift. Like my shift for work was from 3 to 12. 3 p.m. to 12 a.m., right? So what I would do is I just have my headphones on because it was just me and like 2 other people working, and I listened to lo-fi like pretty much 8 hours every day. You do that enough, or you listen enough, you don't have to listen 8 hours a day, right? But the point is that you listen enough and your ear will kind of like develop a sound selection so that when you are eventually making your own music, your ears will be your guide, right? They'll tell you, this one maybe not so good, or this one has some potential. And then you get a little more confidence as you keep going. But yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video because I saw a similar question on my Discord channel where, more or less it was kind of along the lines of, if you don't want to spend money, how do you start making music, right? And it just kind of stuck with me because I was in a similar situation when I first started out. I just graduated college. I wasn't working back then. I had my laptop, and it was 2020, so it was COVID, so nothing was happening. And this is how I started out. I got the trial version on my MacBook Air, and then I just played around, and here we are. You can go quite a long ways with the trial version, I'm going to say right now. I think, if you have the freedom, to make a little investment, for sure, I would get the producer version. But I think I lasted 6 months on the trial version before I eventually jumped the gun and actually bought the producer edition. This isn't just me telling you guys what to do, right? But I just want to at least give you guys an option so that for those of you guys who are interested, that you can start. But yeah, that's pretty much it. A more informative video than my usual ones, but I just thought it would be helpful, so putting it out here. Alright, peace.